Welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions. We've got a special show today during this dire straits that we're in, this shutdown and everybody's shut in. Hey, let's bring in a little humor to the drone community and all the other folks out there. So we're going to bring you a little laughter today. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a stand-up comedian for 25 years, traveled all over the world, met some great comics, and today is your treat. I'm bringing up some of my friends from the past that I've met and some of the new friends I've met on Facebook. And so, without delay, let's bring them on. All righty, so let's bring in Matt Baca. Let me unmute him, and let's unmute Chris and Kevin and Ron. So, all right, let me start bringing you guys in, and then we'll go one by one, and you guys could introduce yourselves. Let's see. All right, let me get this all looking good. Everybody looks good, so I am going to. All right, and to my right is Ron. Ron, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been doing this, and all that stuff?
Now I can see you. Oh, where'd you go?
Okay.
There it is.
I don't know. Maybe...
Now I can hear you.
All right, Ron, go ahead. It's your turn.
Right on. Was the question, where did I start? And
yeah, where did you start? Okay. How long have you been in it? And what got you interested in doing stand-up comedy?
Right on. Well, in January of this year, I celebrated my 30th year. And about 30 years ago, this guy right, I guess this corner here, I'm pointing at Chris Fonseca, took me out on the road when I was, 22 years old. And we did some college dates and things like that. But I started at Colorado State University at it was a contest called the Search College Comedy Competition. And they went around to different colleges around there. And that was the first time ever on stage as a stand-up. And I was hooked ever since then. I did shows around my university and waited from college in 90 full time. And I've been on the road ever since. Cruise ships, concert shows, casinos, all the seas.
Yeah. Wonderful. All right, let's take it over to Kevin. Kevin Primus. Welcome, Kevin. And you're out of Michigan right now. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm in the suburbs of Detroit, Garden City, Michigan, and been doing comedy. First time I got on stage was back in 1986, and I've worked all over the place. Started in Canada with Leo Dufort. He's one of the first guys that
I remember. Yep.
Took me under his wing, and I've worked with. I opened for Ron like 100 years ago in Detroit, so at a Chaplin's. I want to say he was featuring, and I opened for Chris in Toledo with Toe Jam, and and so now I'm not working like the rest of us. We're locked down in Michigan. I'm not sure where state you guys are in, but in Michigan we're
Ron and I and Kevin. We're all here in Colorado. The governor just ordered a stay-at-home order, so we're stuck here until April 11th. So let's move it along. Let's take it down here to Matt Baca.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt Baca. I'm in Hermosa Beach, California. Been out here about 6 years. I was doing a lot of like talent shows when I was real little. Had my little 3-piece suit and telling jokes from a joke book. And then I got into comedy when I lived in New Mexico. It's where I'm from. So my shirt is like the New Mexico flag, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
And Yeah, I've been doing, performed overseas, did a lot of corporate comedy. I teach in the summers. I teach at the University of Colorado at Boulder. I do all the cross-cultural orientation for international students. A lot of my comedy was observation about cultures, and then I'd go into corporations and do a lot of training and do stand-up comedy as well. And been doing some stand-up out here in LA, but doing more script writing. So there's, as you know, there's never a shortage of work in LA, like for writing. And of course, everything is now on Zoom, and we're just everything gets migrated to Zoom or StreamYard. Shameless plug. So good to meet you guys.
All right, and this last person, he's a real treat. I met this guy when I just first started back in '84. He's been an inspiration to me, and worked with him a bunch of times in Colorado. Never had the pleasure of working with him on the road. So let's welcome Chris Fonseca.
How are you doing? I guess
We're all
I'm the old man in the group. I started in '84 in Denver and have had the pleasure of
Nobody
working
can hear
with
anything.
all you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
How's
I
everybody
can
else?
hear you.
Hear him fine? Good.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been fortunate to do a bunch of TV shows, including an episode of Baca where I was handcuffed to Pamela. And
Right?
I was being handcuffed to Pamela Anderson.
Ooh, awesome.
Very cool.
And Chris has had a pretty prolific career. He's been to California many times. He's been, like you say, he was on Baywatch. He's been married 3 times. And tell us who your third wife is, if you want.
Actually, that was a rumor.
Oh,
Actually, the woman who played Cindy Brady, and that in itself is a whole story. But that was a fun time. And I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, and I even dated a person who's on the Brady Bunch is kind of crazy.
oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Matt, what do you got?
For what?
So you're out there in California. What's the competition like out there for comedians?
No, it's a good question. So when I moved from Colorado in 2013, I knew I had to get out to LA and pursue the acting and stand up. And just you're a way smaller fish in a way bigger pond. So a lot of my jokes that were, cultural observations were, I don't want to say they were hack, but it's so progressive out here that unless you're like a Russell Peters or a Maj Jabrani that can get away with that because you're in a minority, it's going to be a little bit harder. So you really have to look for ways. How are you going to break through? And, you guys who have spent time in LA, people just getting people to commit is a chore in itself. So it's, you want to make sure that you're promoting your shows, getting them out there, but it's a whole different world. But I love it. I mean, I love the opportunities out here. It's been good. But of course we started the trend with the lockdown, so I might as well just call it a standing kill order. That's the way it sounds way more sexy, like you're in a Jason Bourne flick than than shelter in place. Just give me we need a standing kill on 20 million citizens of LA County. But but it's exciting. I do enjoy it. People are very busy out here. They're very focused on their, the entertainment world, but it's good to go back to Colorado and see friends and get back to semi-normalcy.
All right, Kevin, you're out there in Michigan, and it's one of my favorite places to work. It's sort of my second home because I used to live in Michigan back in the 70s. And
I met you at Chaplin's.
Okay, yes, and I worked there at Chaplin's, the Comedy Castle. I know Mark Ridley really well. And what was the other? Joey's. I did
Joey's.
Yep, did that tour, and I worked all over the state. Did some gigs for Gary Tyson and John Yoder.
Lots of Yoder was back in the day.
Yep. And
Art, hey, sorry to interject. What do you like about, obviously spending time in Michigan in the 70s, what do you like about the Michigan crowds?
They were great. I felt like I was more at home in Michigan than I was here in Denver. When I come back to Denver, I'm trying to get stage time, and all the clubs, not that I want to bash them. It's because there were new people coming up, and I was like the established comic, and so I got less and less work here in Denver. And
right.
So, and that's what I liked about Michigan, especially Mark Ridley. He said, it was like a second home out there because whenever I was in Michigan, I always got stage time there at the Castle. I always got work there, which was a great thing. And a funny thing about it, Kevin, you probably know Carl Ottstad.
Yeah, Carl. Yeah. Carl Anthony, right? Yeah.
His brother went to high school with me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. I went to Royal Oak Kimball High School.
I thought I was going to say Royal Oak Kimball. I thought where Carl went. Yep.
I think Carl went to Berkeley.
Gotcha. Yeah, hopefully these clubs that we're talking, I mean, most of them are gone. The only thing that's left here is the Comedy Castle. Joey's are all gone. And the Chaplin's clubs are all gone. That's back, the heyday of the comedy boom days. I talked to Mike Green last night, another Detroit comic. We were saying back 25 years ago, you could do 40 weeks of work and not have to drive more than 300 miles from your house.
Yeah.
Them days are gone. And that was weeks. That's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
2 shows on Friday. Those days are gone, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish Chris would calm down and stop being so chatty there.
Yeah, he's disrupting the room.
I have a funny. I did a benefit in Michigan, and that was back in my drinking days, and I forget all the comics who were there, but during my these fuckers Dr. Borkin bring a shot day, and he was like, lucky punk. Of course, I drank it. It was one of those drinks.
That's funny.
That is hilarious.
So I worked with Chris in Toledo at the, I don't remember if it was Alan Cedar had it at the time or if it was Frank Stevens. And Toe Jam was driving Chris. He was his driver. And that was back in the drinking days when we were all drinking. I don't remember if Toe Jam was drinking, but I drank pretty heavy too. And I can remember I was standing on the side of the stage waiting for Chris to come off stage. And Chris, you were drinking on stage and you fell, like just fell down. And me and Toe Jam went and picked your bag up, put your bag up there, and you did another 20 minutes.
Hey, let's welcome to the show Judith.
Hey, that's
Hey,
my
Judith.
mom. That's my mom, guys. My mom and dad.
Hey there.
That's hilarious. Sorry, I think
Hi.
I gave him the wrong link. I apologize.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by, Mr. and Mrs. Baca. So,
Bye-bye.
all right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Well, that was interesting.
That was great.
Yeah, they're always,
That was great.
they're always curious. They got to give them something to do.
So what's the vibe out there, Matt? You guys have been locked down longer than us. What's the
It's probably like New York. So my sister and her husband live in New York. They had the same kind of thing. Everything shut down, but people are everywhere. They're still out in groups. I was on a walk the other day, and people were just out in groups. Like it was like nobody, like people take it as maybe as a suggestion instead of an order, but it's I think people are doing the same thing. I mean, they're not going out. A lot of people I talk to are like, this is heaven. Like I never like talking to people before I get to, you know what I mean? Sit home, play video games, do whatever. Like it's a really funny thing. And I mean, I have a corporate client and usually I drive to on site and, not having to drive anywhere. I think people are like really good. Like that's the worst thing about LA is the traffic. And now nobody's driving, so it's fairly bearable. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. I think there's not a lot. People aren't necessarily paranoid because I think they've been through it. Like earthquakes. I mean, we had those fires, we had floods. I mean, you name it, we've had it. And so I think people are just like, at least we don't have to drive out in this, So. And the other thing that's nice, it's good weather. So I know like Colorado just had a big spring snow a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And when I lived in Colorado, I just could never get used to the weather. I wasn't a skier. I wasn't a snowboarder. I could care less about seasons. So at least right now it's like, 60 degrees and sunny. It doesn't make you want to like put a gun in your mouth, at least in that way. How's it in Michigan?
The sun came out yesterday. We have been our bars and restaurants have been closed for 2 weeks, but the order was Monday night. But it's been relatively cold up until a few days ago. So when the sun came out yesterday, and I'm a runner, so I went down to run in the park, and I was running, and I saw what you saw, like big groups of people, right? And it was really interesting because I'm not, I'll avoid people, but I don't go out of the way. But on a running path, I'm running down a path that's probably 12 feet wide. And as I'm running, people would avoid me like I was walking a big dog. Like just go, whoa, like as I was going by. Like it's just a weird. But then other places, you'll see a big group of kids playing basketball, like 30 kids on a court. And a bunch of kids waiting to play another game, like a normal day when the sun's out, you know?
Right. Yeah, because well, here, you're along the Strand, which is maybe it's like 15 feet wide, and people would just go back and forth. Nobody's cringing. I think it's deceptive because the sun's out in California. It's like, oh, we're rich as shit. You don't have to worry. My money will defend me from COVID. I don't know what it is. It's just a different. You have guys on their bikes with their masks, but everybody's in groups of 6, 7, 8 people. Not dodging anything. Like, right. At least Michiganders are like, oh my God, what does he have? Nobody would. I mean, somebody could cough in their face and they wouldn't care. It's really odd. Wouldn't care. Hey, just open their mouths like, I'm from Malibu. Nothing can hurt me.
Hey, fellas, I gotta do a little bit of housekeeping here. This is where I acknowledge the people in the chat. I want to say hello to Denise Kennedy. I don't think she's ever been to my live streams. That's great. Dennis, lady. Timeless Truth. Sonia.
Denise is a good friend of mine.
Okay, great.
Nice.
From Asgard Studios, Jay Bird. I think I saw. Jody from Drone Shots. Michael Blade. Mr. Crowley and his drones. Fly High Ireland. Hey, we got someone from Europe watching us. That's cool. And then we got Dave Levin. And I think I saw Steve Mack. He's listening in his car. So
that's great.
Few people in. So it's nice to see new people coming into the stream.
Yes.
Helps to get my more exposure to this channel. This is so far as my biggest channel. I have a fishing channel called Art's Place Fishing, and that's growing fairly well.
Good.
Soon I'll be bringing more content to that station, and then I have Art's Place, which is my conservative talk show. So those of you who aren't into that, you don't have to worry about that. But if that's your thing, come on. That's Sunday afternoons at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And ArtCo, I normally do on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, or 4 p.m. over on the left coast. I want to say hello to John Spizio, or Spizzo. Welcome to the show. All right, guys, back to regular program.
So great.
So, Chris, before all this stuff happened, where have you been working?
Well, the last big thing was the Hall Comedy Festival in San Antonio about a month ago. You remember Jeff Valdez?
Yep, I remember Jeff. That's right.
In Colorado, he produced basketball and put air on HBO Max, which is the HBO streaming service. I wonder streaming we're gonna end up with, because it's like 100. It's crazy. Every time I open my email, I'm invited to a free trial of streaming this, that.
Yeah. Or you get a text saying, hey, we've got 80% off on wish.com. Or Banggood. Get your drones here or electronics, whatever.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Different times, man. It's crazy out
It's
there.
like the old days. Remember the old days when you would CD America Online
Yeah, yeah, I remember those.
an
Yeah,
hour or whatever.
Yeah.
all
Man, we
right.
sound
Our,
ancient. That's sad.
So
our,
now we
Oh,
have
there.
Coach.
It's my sister. She's in New
Oh,
York. You could
all
probably ask
right. Now we got
her and her husband.
all right.
You can ask them how the coronavirus is going.
Yeah, it looks
So
like we're doing a
welcome,
lot of social distancing.
welcome
Very
to
well.
Matt
Matt
Baca.
Baca.
you
This is hilarious.
might know my brother-in-law. He was in some episodes of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You might remember him. So he's played doctors on several shows. It's very good. Don't mean to have him hijack the show, but you can see they're violating the social distancing, hanging out in.
Stay at home now.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't keep him in. So
Okay. Well, thanks
so
for stopping by, Alicia.
Okay.
thanks, Alicia. You take care.
Sorry, I thought it was an invitation for family. Have
Oh,
a good
sure.
day. Bye.
Will do. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Sorry. Also,
All right.
you're probably going to get another 30 drop-ins from my Mexican cousins. So just so you know, it's just going to
That's
just
beautiful.
the rest of the time. So.
Matt Baca, this is your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Da, 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 like the curtains come down.
Next up, we have your school teacher from third grade.
I just had posted
the Bringers Show.
exactly.
This is hilarious.
That's so great.
So the shows that I've been on are like short attention span theater. Remember that show?
Yes.
In the 90s. I think it was the Comedy Channel back then. And how I ended up on that show was I did a show in Fort Wayne, Indiana called Snickers Comedy Bar with Kevin Ferguson. And it was like a Tonight Show type program where Kevin Ferguson was the host, and he would bring up these comedians. Normally, he wouldn't bring up the opening act. The opening act was just to warm up the crowd, and then he'd bring up the feature and the headline. Well, when I was there, it was around this time. It was March Madness, and Kevin didn't want to do the show. He didn't want to interview. He wanted to watch the basketball game on his little TV that was on his desk. So I got to be part of the show. So that's where my take, I think, from that ended up on short attention span theater, because I think Kevin sort of he took all the video and then he just probably sold it to Comedy Central, because I was on another drone channel about a year ago, and the host of the show said, "Oh yeah, I recognize you from back in the '90s."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it was weird when I traveled around the country. People would say, "Yeah, I saw you on TV," and I'm like, "Really?" And then it just dawned on me when someone said that. I said I would describe the background, and they'd say, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I go, "Oh," and then I knew what show they were talking about or what. So that was my only national TV exposure. I didn't get a chance to do A&E Evening at the Improv, or there was another show that was kind of like that was on Comedy Central. I can't remember what it was, but it was. Uh, I think it was called Stand Up, Stand Up. I'm not sure, but they would go to all the clubs around the country, and it seemed like every time I come back to Denver off the road, somebody said, "Oh, you just missed it. They just did a taping of blah blah blah." I'm like, dang it. Any of you guys done that? I know Chris has done some of those shows, and
I haven't done a whole lot of
Yeah,
TV. I
I
know
did
Chris has.
a lot of those. Yeah, I did a lot of those shows. I did evening temple at the time managed by people from the improv and it was crazy because they would tape those shows so often that you had to get like 105 minutes together pretty quickly. You know, it was almost like you're kind of.
right,
Do you remember Rose O'Donnell used to host the show
oh yeah,
on
Rosie O'Donnell, yes,
VH1?
I think it was,
VH1
yeah,
Stand Up
VH1.
Spotlight.
That's right. Yeah, mhm.
Yeah,
That was back when she was cute.
I actually met.
Wow, that was
Yeah,
before you had glasses.
I met Rose.
There was a lot of them shows.
I
MTV
met
Half Hour Comedy
Rosie
Hour.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and Tom Road. I
Yeah,
did that here
yep,
in Denver.
John Biner.
yep.
That was John Biner from
John
Bizarre
Biner's show.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
with Super Dave Osborne.
Yeah.
Same guy, right? I mean, John Biner and Super Dave. That's
Who,
funny.
who was that guy that had a show up in Seattle that was on TV? And he was later on some cop show back in the 90s. Oh, you can't forget his face. He had that long face, and he always played a serious cop and always had a smart eye. I think it was one of those Dick Wolf shows.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Mm.
but he had a
Before
show.
I was born.
Alan Thicke had a nightly show too.
Yeah, Alan Thicke.
Thick of the Night.
Thick of the Night. Yep.
Thick of the Night.
Good show. He was good.
He was a big composer too. He made like some huge jingle or some TV show song. Can't remember, but that guy had super talent.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, and so is his kid now, right? His kid's pretty talented.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very.
okay.
Robin Thicke.
Robin Thicke. Yeah, I was trying to. I knew the last name was Thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's famous for the Super Bowl now.
Yes, Super Bowl and tweaking Miley Cyrus. Doing all that good
That's
stuff.
twerking.
Oh, yeah. Shows you how old I am. So sad. Can't even get the hip lingo. Although if it's a guy my age concerned of like preoccupied with twerking, that's a problem. So.
Yeah.
Coming from safe word into like creepy zone, creepy old man zone.
Yeah. Oh, when I was a kid, I twerked my knee.
Yeah. Yeah. Had to use Icy Hot, for God's sakes. Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, I remember when AIDS was a candy? It was a diet aid.
AYDS. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And then they were like, can you imagine the marketing? They're like, stop the presses. This is going to revolutionize the supplement industry. What is it? It's like that fudge cube. And they're like, we're going to make so much money. And then the next month, it was like, AIDS is the autoimmune disability syndrome. And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, you know what's weird is now we've got this coronavirus, and now Corona beers sales are like through
so
the
is
roof.
that true? It's
that's what I've been hearing. I'm going to have to do a search on the sales of Corona.
Do an investigative piece.
Yeah, there you go.
Undercover like
John Solutions. What happened to Corona beer?
That's good. Get branded in any way. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so weird. Like, I think people would buy it even more for the irony of it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Maybe people aren't that smart.
Well, you know, over there in China, the doctors call it coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Because
the China virus.
Yeah. Well, I've got a day job now. I've been with the company for 25 years, and we've got a very diverse group of people. We've got a lot of people from Southeast Asia, and I would always come up with phrases for the Asian folk there to see how you say that. You know, like one of my coworkers, he's from Laos, and I'd say, "Kwa." What's the name of that thing that's going around? It sounds like a beer. He goes, "I'm not going to say it."
That's funny.
Same with the
He didn't want to play. He didn't want to be your clown.
No, I would say stuff like
He's like the Asian Joe Pesci.
Say parallel lines. Ooh, that's fun.
No. You know, I can't say anything because, you know, I teach classes out here in California, and a lot of the students are Asian. So if they watch this stream video, then I see them in class, and they're like, "Oh yeah, what were you saying about China, you asshole?" And then it's like, when it's over, I lose my tenure. I get a karate chop to the neck. It's horrible.
That's funny. Hey, Art, I didn't know you had a day job. I was looking at behind you, and it looked like you were still a middle act. Grand piano, giant fireplace. That's got middle act written all over it.
Yeah, well, that's my backdrop.
Yeah.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah, it is.
No, wow, that would have been good. Oh,
that's funny, man.
Hilarious. Oh my God. I was so jealous of you this whole time. I was like, how the hell is he getting royalties from drone companies that he can afford a grand piano? What the hell, man?
I was same thing, brother. I was in the same boat. I'm going, he's got a grand piano back here.
Yeah, let me go practice on the Steinway back here.
That would be funny. Like, you're like,
oh
well,
my God.
That is hilarious.
That's
is that
funny.
through this live stream? You can do background. I know you can do it on Zoom.
Oh,
so
here, I'll.
This is great. I should have had it like a backdrop in a brothel or something. Like
in a bar.
Distancing. Yeah, a bar in Michigan. Like
This is when I do my conservative talk show. Like bring that up. And
to get like an attention getter, you should have a picture of like in the backdrop you shaking hands with Bernie Sanders or something.
That would be funny.
Maybe people do a double take, all these hardcore patriots like, that asshole, I'm going to send him a bunch of hate mail.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny, man.
And this background, that's the Georgetown Loop. You know,
Oh.
This is a green screen back here. I'm actually homeless, living outside.
yeah, and well, Kevin,
Art's going one up, Kevin's doing one up from whatever social level they're at.
well, Kevin's
He's telling a good bit. This is a good bit for us.
Kevin's got that special feature, that peephole look.
Yeah, exactly. That's my case. That's my OtterBox hole.
That is. I thought it was like a peephole. That is funny.
Yeah, it looked like a peephole.
Your wife is recording you on the other side of the door for social distancing.
My David Lee Roth lens, you know, from Just a Gigolo.
Yes. That's great. So have you guys been to any like virtual rooms? I mean, there's a lot of shows out here in LA that they're doing like you pay like $5 for an open mic, you know, because they got to keep the lights on. But then all the comics just go around and tell jokes to each other. I just saw the recorded live stream. I didn't participate. But have you guys done any of these or keep your joke? Yeah.
I've seen a couple, but I haven't paid. I thought it was weird. I understand people got to keep the lights on, but it just seemed like an odd. I don't know. It was an odd. Somebody I know do it. A couple of people tomorrow doing a legit show, you know, like a real comic show, and they're paying. I think it's $10. I think they're doing it on Zoom.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I was thinking about. I was going to say I thought about doing it on this through my Facebook and just doing a free open mic one night. Just let guys see who's available. But just do it free. I don't want to charge. Yeah, right. Exactly. Like get veterans to do it.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like I'm already connecting with the good guy from like the Midwestern guy from Michigan, and it's like it'll be like the virtual good vibe, and then LA is just as shallow online as they are in person. So
that's too funny.
You know what I mean? You'll have like virtual bringer shows. Like Kevin's like, no, you don't have. I'll let you go up. You can tell jokes, and then you talk to some douchebag like LA guy, and they're like, oh yeah, how many people are you gonna virtually bring? I'm like, I'll invite my parents and my sister to drop in like I did on this one, and then they just briefly come in, and then that counts. You know what I mean? Like, oh, sorry, we just listened to one joke, and then they left.
A virtual bringer show.
But it's a whole dynamic. You know, people are going to start doing that because they gotta like Art's trying to, you know, monetize it for drones. You want to get the eyeballs, so they're like,
I know. That's different.
What are your TV credits?
Drones. It's what.
No, I think that's great.
Yeah,
it's such a weird time.
FPV drone. That's where you wear the goggles and fly around real fast and do obstacles and stuff. Yeah. Awesome. Normally I do the camera drones where I get video and some photographs. You've probably seen some of the great photos that I took last week.
Do you have clients, Art, that you work with, like you're contracting with, and then you get video for them, like corporate stuff, or is it all?
That's what I'm trying to do. I have I'm what's called Part 107 certified with FAA, because in order to make money, you have to be certified, and then you're legal. And then you can make money with a drone. For example, if this show gets monetized, I have to have that license. But I've been trying to break in with real estate, and they're all a bunch of idiots. They want it practically for nothing. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm driving way the heck out to this house. I gotta fly around there at least a half hour. Come home, edit it, and give it to you. That's a lot of work. And you want to pay me nothing for it? And
it's like you. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
If they do it, it's also, well, I could get my nephew to do it. And if they do that, because that person's not certified, the real estate company can be fined $11,000, and
Yeah.
the pilot of that drone can be fined $1,100. And a lot of those people, they don't know about it, and plus there's
Right.
so much competition out there. It's driving down the cost, sort of like in the comedy biz back.
I was just gonna say, you move from comedy to drones where they'll pay you in exposure,
Yeah.
which like it's such
Yeah,
just taking it.
Yep. Yeah, back then it was called paper in the room.
yeah, yeah.
What is it? What's the term for papering the room?
Yeah, back in the
Back in the 90s and late 80s in comedy, it paper the room, get people in there.
yep. Yeah, they would give them like discounts or
Oh,
hey,
okay, that's
free pass to come to the show. So
gotcha.
yeah.
They'd send me and Art to do a show on Wednesday, then as comics, and then they give us a stack of passes, tell us to go to the mall.
Yeah.
We go to the mall, hand out passes at the mall, try to get a free pretzel for some passes,
Right. Okay, paper the room. That's good.
Paper the room.
Yeah.
That's good. So what's funny is now they're going to do the same thing. They'll be like, they'll have you paper the room, and they'll have you drop into chats to promote your room. Like it's some political chat. And you're like, hey, I could care less who wins the election, but I just want to tell you, here's my flyer. You send them the PDF of your show. Dude, it's a new world, baby. It's a new world. You know the shit out of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Or if you want to learn how to do stand-up comedy, you can buy my book on Amazon for $11.95, and you can get the Kindle version, or you can get the PDF.
Do that commercial with the piano behind you.
Story. I was Mario for mine, and one guy to do like a eulogy, and he said, by the way, please follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
Of comedy. Now that everybody's doing YouTube, hi, my name is Art Carlson. I'm the bad boy of comedy. Please leave a comment down below, give me a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button down in the lower right hand corner.
That's funny. It's like then you got to work on the spiel now.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you watch a lot of YouTube channels, you'll see people do exactly that, where they'll say, "Please subscribe, hit that icon in the lower right corner, and please leave me a like, a thumbs up, a comment down below, and that helps with your monetization, because now you're getting views and it drives more people to your channel.
Right.
A little more about how YouTube works.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good.
Yeah, and Matt's saying, yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
My mom just sent me a text. She's like, sorry for interrupting you guys.
That's funny. So, hey guys, now that we're sitting here all quarantined, what's your, put on your crystal ball. What do you think down the road? How long are we doing this for? 2 weeks? Easter? Months? Anybody have any?
Well, I'm stuck here till April 11th. I was supposed to go back to work next Tuesday, because what they did here at the company I work for, because Denver just ordered you cut your staff by 50%. So what they were doing is half of us would work part of the week and half of us would work the other part of the week. And so I think somebody got a razor going. Sounded like electric. Anyway, so I my schedule was I started my week off yesterday. I was supposed to be off the rest of this week, go back Tuesday, and then work Thursday, and then I was off Friday. And now I'm eating up my vacation time during this time off.
Oh
So
wow.
now with the state order on stay home, that's going to be longer, and I should be getting an email or something from the company saying, "Oh, don't come to work next week." Okay,
What do you do, Art?
I work at a dental manufacturing company. I make braces for teeth.
Nice.
Hmm.
But and obviously what it's non-essential now. So they send you home.
Hmm. Well, it's technically a medical device company,
Right.
so who knows how they're going to work this. Hopefully, it's not going to be too long. But from what I understand, with the stimulus package that just got passed yesterday, I
Right.
think that's going to help a lot of folks out there.
Well, I hope you can get back soon. And what are you doing to kind of you doing a lot of videos to kind of pass the time, focus on writing jokes? What are you doing to keep
Well,
sane?
now that I have this time off, I'm doing more live streams.
Great.
Can't really do any drone stuff outside because they want us to stay home. So unless I go out back, and I think there's, I think people would get kind of bored. Oh, there's Art's backyard again. Oh, there's that same playground, and blah blah blah.
You could do the background, make everybody jealous of you, hating on you with your grand piano.
Yeah,
Change it up. So funny.
So
Chris,
yeah,
how about you? What are you doing to pass the time?
I a lot of Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Nice.
I've been out, and sure you remember the old sitcom Petticoat Junction?
oh yeah, yeah,
Petticoat Junction?
yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
On Amazon
Very wholesome.
Prime. Do you remember that?
Which one? Petticoat? I couldn't. The audio broke out. Was there another show in addition to Petticoat Junction?
Yep. Mm, no,
You're kind of breaking up there, Chris.
but
Check your screen.
yeah.
All right. Well, Matt, what are you doing to pass the time here?
Well, I have that corporate client. I work for SoCal Edison, so I do all the training and development, and we just work remote. So I have meetings. I actually have a meeting I got to get to here at 1.
Okay.
But I have that, and then I'm working on with Boulder. They're moving all my training online, so I'm working on putting that onto their training platform, and then I'm in some writing groups and just keeping busy there. But and then just trying to exercise and not feel like I'm in a bomb shelter eating 30-year-old canned food. You know what I mean? Just trying to go out. And the funny thing is, I was telling my friend, like, I don't want to go to the grocery store because in my mind, I've seen some of the empty shelves and it's too much PTSD. But they restock it. It's not like we're in Venezuela. You know what I mean? Like it's it gets replenished. But I think I'm just skittish. Like, I'll just keep eating this canned bean, like Goya beans that I got at Big Lot, instead of going out and getting fresh fruit and trying to keep healthy. But that's kind of where I'm at, and it's it's just trying to keep connected with friends on Zoom. I like this. This is pretty good because I haven't done any like live stream, and this is the first time I've seen it. I think because I'm on my laptop, usually on my cell, but I wasn't able to download the StreamYard. It wouldn't work on my phone wasn't up to date or something.
You know what? You gotta use Chrome when you use.
Oh yeah, I'm using Chrome now. Yeah, and then I'd have to have Chrome on
your phone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, but that's kind of where I'm at. But listen, I'm gonna jump off because I have this other meeting. But
right.
this was really fun, and I hope to connect with you guys again soon. Let me know when you do it again. This was good.
Yeah, I'll probably do it again tomorrow at the same time.
All right, well, I'll let you know if I shouldn't have any meetings, but if I don't, then I'll drop in. Maybe we could tell some jokes.
Cool, that's great.
All right.
Good to see you, man.
Bye, Chris. Bye, Art. Thanks, guys. Bye. Stay safe and healthy.
Okay. All right, Chris. I think we'll have a little better stream now. There's fewer people on here, so wow, it's good to see you again. Haven't seen you in a long time. I just on Facebook they have that thing called Memories, and it had a bunch of photos that I took at the old timers meeting. Remember, I think it was after Don Becker.
Yeah.
And we were at some bar down there by Union Station. And you were in one of the photos. And sadly, a couple of the guys in the photos are gone. Deacon Gray passed away, a year or two ago. And now Dave Sipus is gone. Boy. And a lot of other comedians are no longer with us from the Denver area. Lori Callahan, she's been gone 6 years, I believe. And really missed her because once in a while I see that headshot that I took when she permed my hair. Oh man, that is such a riot when I post that on Facebook and PJ Moore is no longer with us, and Larry Killingsworth and Mark Bolenbach is no longer with us still. So sad. I mean,
and Bob Carnello.
Bob Carnello. Yeah. Robert Schimmel. Yep. All right. Well, it looks like Kevin is back. Now he's got the full picture. Hey, Kevin, you got to turn off the YouTube. We're getting some feedback here.
I think it is off.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, so that brought back.
I do need to.
All right.
I'm
That's
expecting
okay,
a delivery.
Okay. Thank you very much for stopping by. It was a pleasure seeing you and hearing from you again. So take care, and we'll catch you next time. All right.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
See you, Chris.
All right. Bye, Chris.
Yeah, my internet went down. It paused until I reset it. So.
Oh, great. Well, now you got a much sharper picture. You don't have that peephole look anymore.
Yeah, man. So how you holding up out there in Colorado?
I'm doing all righty. I just got met. You remember a guy named Steve Epstein?
I do know that name.
Yeah. Well, he said he can't come in. Oh yeah, he's got one of those really old laptops, and we tried live streaming a year or two ago, and that didn't work out. So yeah, he's a cool guy. Uh, I I think I met him once, and it was probably out in the Midwest. But the thing that I remember him for was that headshot of his, where he had that porpoise, where he say comedy with the porpoise.
Yeah,
And,
I remember that. It was in all the clubs.
yeah, and that just stuck in my head for years and years. And then when I saw him on Facebook, and I friended him, I said, "Hey, you're a comic. Did you have that photo?" He goes, "Oh God, that was a long time ago."
That's funny.
Yep.
So are you doing stand up at all?
No, I got out about 10 years ago. I just I just lost the desire. Funny thing was, about a month ago, I was asked to do a comedy competition because this guy knew me from way back when. Uh, and so I was supposed to do it in April. So I don't think that's going to happen. I just got a message from Chip Chinnery that he can't
I
make
remember
it.
that name.
Yeah, I worked with him several times here in Colorado. Okay, I'll tell him I'm doing one tomorrow. So hopefully I can get him on. That'd be cool. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was. I got somewhere to go too. I didn't want to leave you hanging. I kind of got cut off there, so I wanted to come back and at least tell you thanks for thinking of me and having me on. And
all right.
hey, we're off for a few weeks, so maybe we'll do this again sometime.
All right. Well, I'm going to do this again tomorrow, and I think I've got some other comments lined up. Hopefully, I can get Gene McGuire on.
Nice.
Kid Dave Miller. Uh,
Yeah.
I got to call up Sam Griesbaum and get him on here. Oh God, there's so many comments that I want. I'm thinking of. Okay, oh yeah, how about that guy? Or oh yeah, how about
Yeah.
that? Because I've known so many comments all over the country, which is
All over.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
All right, brother. Well, you take care, man.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for coming. And we'll definitely bring you back on.
Thanks, man. You take care. See you, brother.
All right, bye bye. All right, folks. Oh, Denise Kennedy went to high school with Sam Griesbaum. All right, cool. So we did a little bit over an hour. So, hey. All right, it looks like I got Chip I may have Chip for tomorrow. Oh, Chip is a great guy. You guys are I've got some great comics coming in tomorrow. Maybe maybe you know what? I'll get Steve on with, let's try with a cell phone. Okay, that might work better. Cool. All right. So, yeah, let's jump back there on my piano there. So I want to thank all you folks for coming in. I'm going to do this again tomorrow, same time, same place. So this will be tomorrow. Will be Laughing Special number 2. So it should be a lot of fun, and we'll bring in some more comedians. I mean, we need some laughter, and during these times here. So thank you very much. I want to say hello to Walsh Farms, Dennis Lovelady, Newfound Drone Productions, Hugh Asgard Studios. Hey, thank you guys for stopping by. Let's see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.